Well, it looks to me like we have some life-threatening and some dangerous flash flooding unfolding over the next couple of days. Not just me, but the National Weather Service saying that as well. When you see those words, catastrophic, being used in some of their discussions, I perk up, especially when they start to use the words historic. Okay, so this could be a big deal. A lot of moisture that's going to be moving in across this part of the country over the next couple of days. You can see all of that really gathering here. We're bringing in not just Atlantic moisture, but also Gulf moisture flowing north, and it's going to be repeating rounds of rain. Some places could see 10 to 15 inches of rain across West Tennessee, West Kentucky, and I think you got to watch Arkansas and Missouri too. We're just adding insult to injury to places that are seeing the severe weather. Not just yesterday. We've got more storms today. They could be strong. Some could bring some tornadoes to parts of Arkansas, the Arklatex region. And then tomorrow, that shifts a little bit. Look at the temperature gradient. We're in the mid to upper 80s on the south side of this front. To the north side, 40s and 50s. This would be into the afternoon, so much cooler behind this. And you can see these storms that would initiate and ride right along this front, especially on the warm sector, are going to want to rotate. You're going to have good inflow into these storms, and that is the concern with that severe weather outlook. A little bit further to the east, the warm temperatures here for sure. Most of the storms and the heavy rain staying west of the mid-Atlantic, but numbers on the way up, feeling very much like spring, and we do have the risk of some severe storms through today here into the mid-Atlantic. The highest risk clearly back to the west, but we could see some strong storms as far east as D.C. and Baltimore, maybe even to the Jersey Shore, down into the Delmarva region, and then west across West Virginia, northern and western Virginia, and then back into Kentucky and Tennessee. And these, again, down here could get pretty strong. With that rotation, there could be some tornadoes embedded in this area, and some of them could be on the strong side. Again, with that really warm air to the south, good inflow here at the surface. If that can happen, we can sustain some really strong tornadoes, I think, heading into the afternoon. Now, tomorrow, that threat, kind of in the same areas, right? Now we're expanding it just a little bit further back to the west into Texas, but another day of an enhanced risk of severe weather here across Arkansas and Texas. This would be, again, into Friday, another hatched area out here. So now you're in a significant area of seeing strong EF2, EF3 tornadoes possible, at least the strength-wise. And if you look at this, that's a 10% chance of seeing that within a 25-mile radius. So you get the idea, or 25-mile area. And this is Saturday. More severe weather. Now we're focusing it a little bit further to the south. We're looking into Mississippi, Alabama, Arkansas. These areas could see some strong storms further north up into the Ohio Valley too. As this persistent, long-lived heavy rain event sets up heading into the weekend. All right, rain starts to pick up today. Some of these storms could really be strong as they ride along that boundary. On the southern side of this, watch out here into the Arklatex region, up into Arkansas, back into northeast Texas, maybe even into parts of southeast parts of Oklahoma. If you look back at our day one outlook, it does include this area, and if we move this just a little bit to the west, you get the idea. These storms could be strong back here across North Texas too. So along the Red River, here into North Texas, and then moving northeast into Tennessee, Kentucky as we head into the afternoon and evening hours. Let's keep pushing this radar out in time. More showers here, and it's going to produce some heavy rain too. And our next wave of energy taking shape across Texas on Friday, lifting north. More severe storms possible here, especially as we get kind of a warm front lifting north. You're going to see that change of wind direction with height, so a lot of wind shear, so maybe even more tornadoes as we head into Friday. And the catastrophic rain event begins, and it lasts through the weekend as these showers just continue across the Mississippi River area, across West Tennessee, West Kentucky, Missouri, and Arkansas, maybe even as far north as Illinois and Indiana. And listen, we're talking about the heavy rain that's going to be falling across western Kentucky. We're also looking at really heavy rain too across Indiana, Illinois. Some of these numbers in here, these are official forecast numbers, by the way. When you're seeing numbers close to a foot, as far as touch numbers from the Weather Prediction Center, you got to pay attention to this. And even up into Illinois and Indiana, we're talking about some areas getting close to 6 inches of rain, and then a good widespread 2, 3, 4, 5 inches of rain on the outside of this. And some of the models are saying maybe 10 to 15 inches. So that, listen, if you're new to the channel, you may think, oh, this is clickbait. If you're an OG, you've been here for a while, I don't know. The last time I've thrown catastrophic words out were maybe Helene. So you start looking at this and go, okay, this is a big deal. And not just me throwing it out. The National Weather Service Storm Weather Prediction Center talking about catastrophic flooding possible over the next couple of days as we just see repeating rounds of heavy, heavy rain. And now you're talking about life-threatening flash flooding too. A little bit further to the north, let's look at the storms today. Again, riding right along our front, we could see some of these across northern Kentucky, Ohio, moving into West Virginia, possibly into parts of Maryland and southern Pennsylvania. Nothing like what we saw yesterday, but there could be a few strong ones that create some damage, wind, some hail. And I think while it is relatively low, there is a small tornado risk. Your day one tornado outlook, again, focusing here across Arkansas, but it's not a zero threat further to the east. So about what? Very small, 2% chance of seeing a tornado within a 25-mile area. It's not zero, but again, it's not off the charts like what we've seen lately. Further to the north and east, this kind of looks up into this region where we've been dealing with snow and ice across Maine. Warmer weather moving up here, temperatures warming up enough where we see a transition over to rain, and then we watch these storms moving here across Pennsylvania into New Jersey as we head into the evening hours and into early Friday morning. More storms possible as our front just kind of drapes out here. Back to the west, this is a closer look at that rain over the next couple of days. Low pressure, a wave of it anyway, riding along our front here heading into Friday. That's the severe weather we're looking at. Here comes another one. This is interesting. It could bring some snow into parts of Texas. Now, it's not going to be a lot of snow, but cold enough. You get the idea. Some cold air wrapping in behind this for some snow. And then finally, we kick the rain out by Sunday night into Monday, and we have some drier air. And then look at the cold that moves into the Great Lakes. Temperatures across the east are going to get cold. We see our rain move to the east, and then temperatures drop below average here across the Great Lakes to the Mid-Atlantic, down to the Ohio Valley, even into the south. Temperatures get muted back a little bit. Across the southwest, we've had some snow showers across Arizona, New Mexico. That starts to settle down some over the weekend, and our next system taking aim at Northern California as we head into Monday with some rain and snow moving here. Temperatures cooler across the southwest into the 60s today in Phoenix versus the 80s, and across the Pacific Northwest, unsettled. More snow showers into this region, and our next storm just off the coast, that's going to start to bring some rain and some snow here in the mountains. The snow levels are going to be pretty doggone high, though, with a pretty decent southwest flow, but as that cold air moves in aloft, we'll see those snow levels drop heading into Tuesday and into Tuesday night. So a very active weather pattern setting up across the country. If you widen things out and you just kind of want to take a look at everything, we'll sort of run everything through the week again. There's that rain threat. Look at that over and over across the Mississippi Valley. Some really cold air lurking across parts of southeast Canada. That's dropping southeast. And look, maybe some snow heading into Monday across Michigan with a weak piece of energy that swings through. Cold enough with this Clipper-type system embedded in this northwest flow that we're seeing some snow showers for maybe even Rochester, back toward Erie, north towards the Adirondacks, the Catskills. I don't know how much snow we get in those mountains, but the Green and White Mountains are probably going to get some snow out of this. Some spring snow, not unusual here for the Northeast. And then we've got a ridge across the west, trough in the east. With this type of setup, it's definitely looking below normal here. All right, that's a quick look at what's going on today and over the next couple of days. I hope you'll subscribe if you're brand new to the channel. Come back. If you're an OG, if you've been here for a while, as I say, thanks for subscribing, and I will see you guys next time.